Hey, good morning, everybody. So today I want to show you how to make a shape like this or something similar. So it just means that it's flat on each side, but the side shape is not, is not just a rectangle. Okay, so like this one's got a curved top. So these can be used for really anything. You could use it for a soap pump. It could be used for the teapot like this one is. It could be a lidded jar. It could be a vase. There's all kinds of different stuff. So to start with, the main thing is you're going to need some slabs. 1/4 inch thick is the general thickness that we use in this class, just because it seems to work pretty good. Now this little slab here, this is gonna be my sidewall, okay? So you can make this any thickness you want, really. I just used 2 of our sticks and I measured out the thickness of the 2 sticks because I like that shape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decide, like, what do I want my thing to look like? So if I want, something that's a circle but has like a flat bottom, I could start with something like that. I could go for some like super crazy shape like this. Ooh, actually I like that one. I like that shape. So I'm gonna make this shape just because I think it looks cool. Okay, so you can really bend this into any shape that you want. It could even have, if you make another one of these slabs, you could even create like a hole in the center of it, right? Now, this would be super small if I was gonna try to make a soap pump out of it. This would be like, oh my gosh, you can wash your hands twice and then you have to fill it up again. So I think this one's probably ultimately gonna end up being like a bud vase or something like that. So like for little baby flowers, right? So you can see that I'm just following along the outline of my main shape that I've created, right? So it's just like when you're cutting off the bottom for a tumbler or something like that, okay? So the main thing is, and I'm gonna end up filling this one in. I've got another slab ready for that one too. The main thing is I'm gonna start with one side. I'm gonna pull this sucker off. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna score and slip. I'm gonna do that on top of a piece of newspaper just to keep my area a little cleaner. Because remember, the cleaner you work, the less cleanup at the end, right? So here we go. We're gonna score around the edges like so. And remember, it's just as easy to use a needle tool. It's actually easier in some respects. If you're new to this, it's easier to use a needle tool to make sure that you're getting deep enough into here and you're going from multiple directions while you're slipping and scoring. Okay. Put my clay boogies in the water. Okay, and then I'm gonna score along here. Now, I decided to start with this piece and I wanted to make it, this shape. I started with this one and I just wanted to make it whatever kind of cool shape I thought I wanted to make. Now, you could start the opposite way and make a shape from this area and then just match this slab to your shape. That works too. So like if you were doing a letter or something, you could do that. I thought it was a cool shape. Okay. So just like normal, only use a little bit of water. This clay that we're using does not like a lot of water, so kiss it like a dewdrop fairy. I know other clays, other places, follow what they're telling you, okay? Because every clay is different. Some clay really likes water. Some clay is like, OMG, I break every time you touch me with water. That's our clay. Our clay likes to break. So I'm really just kind of pushing this down real good, just like we did in, making a tumbler or anything like that. I'm gonna rub along the outside. So one thing about, slipping it and scoring it properly is you get to auto smooth it, right? Because it already has, if you did it right, it's gonna squeeze stuff out and you're gonna be like, oh yay. Look at that, it's already smooth and I didn't even have to do anything. So score for us. Okay, and then while you can reach into the inside, go ahead and smooth out the inside and see how woo, auto smooth. And any little extra goobers, just peel them off. Okay, so now this next part, is basically the same thing again, right? So you just have your slab. You're going to flip this over. Make sure your shape is, you know, the way you want it to. And if you have some extra, save it for your bottom, right? And you're just going to trace around it. So here we go, tracing around it. Try to keep your needle tool from going at an angle because you don't really want to undercut it as much as possible. And then on this side here, because I know I want a straight bottom, I'm just going to cut straight across. Okay, and then I'm going to save that slab in case I need it for my bottom. Actually, I have plenty. I have plenty. And now I'm going to do the same thing. So I got to score both sides. Boop, boop, boop. All the way around. And one benefit of working on a newspaper is just that you can actually spin your project really easy if you need to. So that's always nice. So if you're like, oh, I can't get the right shape of scoring, just rotate your newspaper. Here we go. Always make sure you're scoring it from multiple directions. And again, you know, it depends on your clay. The clay we have in our class, if you don't score like a crazy person, it's going to break. And who wants to make something that's just going to break? No one wants to do that. Okay. Other clays have different rules. Really, in this class, we're just following the rules for this clay. All right, so now I'm going to take my shape and I'm going to match it up. And I'm just like we've done before. I'm going to push it down around the edge. I'm not pushing in the middle. I'm just pushing down around the edge. And as long as you've slipped and scored really well, you can kind of auto smooth. This side might take a little bit more smoothing because we're not pushing it into the table. We're, you know, kind of pushing it into our hands. Or if you need to adjust the shape or something like that, you can do that too. So like, I think I needed a little bit more over there. Okay. So, but I've got my basic shape. So right now, you know, I have something that looks rectangular from this side. It looks like this from this side. It looks like that from this side, right? So it's just this crazy funky shape. So I could decide how do I like it best. Now this bottom piece is just like everything else. You're just going to set it on there, trace it, boop, slip and score that puppy on there. And that's how you're going to make a funky shape, right? Now I do want to emphasize that it's really important that you're slipping and scoring well. And, you know, if you're having some trouble like making your blending right here super smooth, wait till it's leather hard to do that. And also if you need to, you can always score across and score a little baby coil and blend in that way, but just make sure you really score and slip really good. So if you want to make some crazy shape with flat sides, that's how you do it. All right, be creative and have a great time. Thanks everybody.